All right, we have the dangers of buying old travel trailers. We got some numbers of who's buying RVs now, and we got some little story about a very interesting and unique harvest host. This and a whole lot more. So please stick around. What's up, blind viewers? How's everybody doing today? All right. Last couple of days I've been trying to do this. I think I have everything figured out. We're going to try it again today. So, what are we going to do? Let's see. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about, but I do think we, let's start off with RV Ashes in April. I always talk about these guys, one of my favorite channels, and the reason why they are is because they always go somewhere that the other million channels that I watch haven't been before a million times. So I figure they made a little video. I'll share it with you. It's kind of like their, I don't know, shall we say their secrets of how they make these videos?
So, you know how people put out these day in the life videos? This is a day in the life of Jeff and Margie. This is what we do. We just get in the car and we don't know where we're going to go, and we find a road that looks interesting or that we want to see where it goes, and that's what we do.
So there you go. That's how they do it. That's how they get their little awesome videos, and how they get to go on where they show us all these places that, you know, we don't see a million times. Because, you know, often when you watch these RVers, you know, how many times have you seen somebody, you know, standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona? We've seen it a million times from a million different people. And sure, that stuff's fun. And yeah, if you go there and do that, I'm sure if I ever took a trip there and did that, I'd probably do the same thing. But, you know, it's nice to see some folks that, actually do something a little bit different that isn't the same old, same old. Oh, let's see. What's that? Nobody over in the chat. Okay. All right. Let me continue on. All right. What else do we got here today? Oh, we got all kinds of goodies we're going to talk about. Let's see. What shall we talk about next? Well, I guess we can talk about Campervan Kevin. That's right. Where's he at? What's he doing? Well, apparently he is up and about. Looks like he's in good spirits to me, right? Yeah, there he is. He's out strolling around, showing that he is back, working towards being back in action. So there he is. He's out. He's got his little scooter, his little walker, and he's making light. He's having fun. He looks like he's in good spirits, which is always good to see. After going through all that mess, it's nice to see that, he can still have some fun. And again, we don't get along. We're not the best of buds. We're not going to exchange Christmas cards, but it's still good to see that he is up and about and having a good time. So there we go. Campervan Kevin out there doing it after surgery. So that's good to see. Good times. There we go. We got some folks coming in now. Good morning, everybody. Line Screw feels lonely, he said. Line Screw, speaking of Line Screw, he did a pretty cool video talking about, he did this, like his Love Boat thing. He did the Dukes of Hazzard. Pretty cool stuff. Might want to go over and check that one out. There's Nana Cat. Hello, Margie. Just got done talking about you, playing a clip. So, yeah, we highlighted you here this morning. You were first up for sure. All right. What's next? What's next on the agenda? Okay, let's see. Who are we going to talk about now? Okay, let's talk about, I guess we'll call it the headline story. It is Stephi Lee. That's right. The dear Stephi Lee. She is the chick that I've tried to report on yesterday. But yeah, she has cystic fibrosis. She met up with a friend who has cystic fibrosis also, and just not that long ago, they could not have gotten together, but due to medical advances, they can now be in the same room and hang out. And she met up with Morgan, who is Cystic One here on YouTube. Very good channel, very funny guy. He's awesome. But Steffi, I think she's cute as a button, and she's out there doing her thing. But yeah, she went ahead and she had the long dreads, but she went out and she cut her dreads and shaved her head. But the thing I want to talk about is she talks a little bit about social media and how, you know, even though this is her job, so to speak, and this is her thing, yeah, she's really, well, here, let's just go over here and we will let Steffi tell you.
The amount of DMs I got from like old men being like, no, don't do it, you're gonna be so ugly, almost made me want to do it even more, or just, you know, shave the whole thing. I have such a love-hate relationship with social media because on one hand, it's my job and I've met tons of cool people through it. I've gotten so many cool opportunities through it. But on the other hand, there's just so much toxicity and negativity thrown at me every time I post anything on any platform. And it's just been exhausting me lately, and it's been making me not want to post anything. I've never understood why people get so concerned about what other people do with their bodies, whether it's how they decorate themselves, the color of their skin, whether or not they get an abortion, what they do with their hair. It's all so stupid. It shouldn't have that much of a...
And yeah, it's not just me apparently. No, no, it's I mean, it's true. I mean, you know, we get on here, anybody that makes a video or says anything about themselves or whatever. Yeah, some people, you know, well, it's your job, so deal with it. And, you know, if this is what you want to do to make a living, then handle it. And blah, 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 blah. But yeah, sometimes you just get, it's like, come on, is it really only about how shitty you can be, how nasty you can be? And, all I want to say is this. You can actually get on here and be positive and be, you know, upbeat and not have to be ripping somebody apart and tearing somebody down constantly. I mean, it's okay to tell your opinion. If you don't like someone's video, you don't like someone, yeah, you can say that. But you don't have to get all crazy like the Cagney and Lacey team I was showing you yesterday. that just, you know, dedicate their lives to digging up information and doing deep dives and printing out shit and just, that shit's ridiculous to me. But Steffi, if you happen to watch this, if you happen to click on it and give it a look-see, all I want to say is this. Fuck those old men that are sliding in your DMs. Take it from this blind old man. Not totally blind, but take it from this old man. You're adorable. You can do whatever you want to. And you lived your life. You're a grown adult. You earned the right to do whatever the hell you want to do. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, fuck them and feed them beans. That's right. What do you say? Joke them if they can't take a fuck. Do whatever you want to do. You do you, boo. That's it. Do you. Whatever you want to do. If it makes you happy, if it puts a smile on your face, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. they ain't paying your bills, are they? So if you want to shave your head and get a spider tattooed on your skull, if you want to grow your hair down to your ass again, you do that. Whatever you want to do. You want to get more tattoos, you want to get a period, whatever you want to do. Ain't hurt nobody else. Ain't none of their business. Hey. And this is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it. Yeah, but a pretty cool video. It's a real short one, but I'm not going to show you the big reveal. If you want to see what she looks like after she gets rid of all them dreads, go over there and check out her video where she pulls the hood back and shows you just what she looks like. Yeah. All right, what are we going to do next? Okay, let's see. All righty-roo. We got story chasing. Yeah, she is in Louisiana. That's right down there, Louisiana. And actually, I find it pretty interesting. She went to a very unique, I think, I haven't seen one of these yet, but a harvest host. That's right, harvest host. It's not just it's not like the campsites and everything where you go and you plug in and hook up. The harvest host is usually, farms or wineries or places like that where you can go and boondock. There's no hookups, but all you got to do is go in and, sit down, buy a bottle of wine, and they'll let you stay there a night. And you can just stay there. It's usually a nice, quiet, calm place. There's not packed in there or anything. So that's part of the harvest host thing. But this one that she found was kind of unique because it's like a historic area where you go in and you can park, and then you pay, I think she said it was $10. And there's a nice little walkway that you follow, and it takes you around to all these historic buildings and things. And well, let's, how about we just go ahead and check it out?
It says it's open.
They use colombage's timber cypress framing system and buciage, a mixture of mud, clay, and Spanish moss. I'll be playing some traditional music while you walk around.
Oh, perfect.
Stop me for any questions.
Okay, thank you so much.
I just wanted you to notice I picked this clip in particular because because I wanted you to notice that. Did you see that young lady? That young lady playing a guitar and singing with a mask on. And to some of you folks, I just want to say that it is so good. I'm glad to see that the young lady from Story Chasing actually got to go see this young lady and get her on film while she's still with us. Because we know that, wearing a mask, you're not going to be able to breathe, and it's your own demise. So it's only a matter of time till this young lady's in the hospital from singing into a mask. No, I'm just kidding. I just had to. You know me. I can't just leave it alone. RV Ashes in April said, we just joined Harvest Host. Looking forward to trying it out. Yeah, that seems to be one of the really nice, things. And so did you guys get in time to get grandfathered in for the old cost before they raise it? I know that was the big thing, that they're going to raise it up from whatever, 89 or 79 up to 100 and something or whatever. I forget the prices, but yeah, I just heard about that if you, they're pushing a lot of folks to go ahead and do it now before the price increase, because once you get locked into your price, you're locked into your price. So, yeah, Harvest Host looks like one of the most interesting, pretty cool spots. You pay your annual fee for the Harvest Host membership, and then you get to go to these places, and it's, you go to a farm, and they got all this area. They let you park there. All you got to do is go in and buy, I don't know, their jam that they made or some eggs or whatever it may be. Or, again, usually a lot of wineries or something like that. You just go in and shop and buy a bottle of wine, and that's all you got to do for your stay, plus your annual fee. So it is pretty cool. I think that if I was out there, I think that was one of the things that I would be doing for sure. Creeper, Clear Skitty Creeper, what's up? Hey, Boo, how you doing? My homie Romy, hello. But yeah, I hope you, yes, Steffi did shave her dreadlocks. She did. She cut her dreads off, and then she kind of buzzed her head. She's not bald, but she left some hair. I think she still looks awesome. She's one of those girls, I think she could do pretty much anything. She'll still pretty much look the same. But, yeah, she's an awesome chick. I really like her. And, again, she met up with my buddy Chelsea Vicari. And those two young ladies, yeah, awesome. Good morning, Lioness. All right, what we got next? Let's see. I think, okay, we will do RV Miles. Now, RV Miles, he talked about that he's going over numbers. That the numbers are going up still. The most RVs sold and this and that. Well, he kind of breaks down the numbers of how many people are RV owners, and then there's another where he breaks it down into other things. So, let's just play a little clip here in a second. I'm slipping here. I'm not getting all ready. I'm supposed to be getting everything all lined up here and ready to go. But hey, here we go. Okay, RV Miles.
And now Go RVing, the marketing arm for the RV Industry Association, has released an RV owner demographic profile, which it says is the most comprehensive study of RV ownership ever conducted. 6.9 million American households owned RVs 20 years ago. There were 8.9 million 10 years ago. Now, 11.2 million households own RVs. Additionally,
Did you hear that number? I think that's pretty wild, actually. Now, whenever I say stuff about like the RVers, the number of RVers, and even the full timers, that number growing, how does that affect things? Like I said, the census, the electoral votes, things like that. And I'm often met with, there's not enough to make a difference. That's not a big deal. There's not enough. And then in another breath, someone will say, this is a growing lifestyle, and more people are doing it, and it's an awesome lifestyle, and it's not just a bunch of freeloading bums. It's a lifestyle, and people were doing it, and everything else. Well, but the effects, there's not enough people doing it. But there's so many people, everybody's doing it. Well, there's not enough people doing it. So which one is it? Well, we have some numbers here. According to this poll or whatever it was that they did, 11 million people owning RVs. And he does, again, it's a good video. Go check it out. I highly recommend it. But he goes over numbers, and they break it down into demographics, like, the percentage of people, 20 to 35, and how many people under 55, and then the retirees and all that. And it kind of breaks it down. And again, it is it's a poll, so how accurate is it? We don't know. He even talks about that. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see and hear those numbers. Very good video, as always. I think RV Miles is one of those good channels that kind of does it in like a newsy format, where he stands there and tells you stuff. He does the research, and then he kind of tells you all about it. I highly enjoy his channel. I find out some pretty interesting things. But I just thought those numbers were interesting, and they're still growing. And the other thing is with, I say this often, I know you're probably tired of hearing me say it, but 11 million people with RVs and only a handful of RV parks. And again, everybody's not going out there to go boondock somewhere. A lot of these are our families, and that's the other thing that this poll take, how many people do it for, just like 2 weeks out of the year? How many people do it for, 2 or 3 months out of the year, or just a season out of the year? And how many people do it majority of the year and everything. So it's broken down that way. But everybody's not out there to, like I said, go boondocking and live in the desert or live out in the woods somewhere for a couple weeks or a month or whatever. A lot of these folks are vacationers or people that want to go, and they want to go to an RV park. They want to plug up. They want to have their dump tank. They want to be able to pull that lever and flush it right away. They want to be able to have water running so they can take their 15-minute showers if they want to. They want plugged in so they can run their air conditioner and mom can blow dry her hair and all that good shit. They don't want to be out in the middle of nowhere relying on solar power. So with 11 million people out there driving around and running around looking for places, and not that many places are available, the ones that are booked up in a year in advance. He goes over that stuff too sometimes. But yeah, and it's kind of crazy, and nobody's expanding. And I don't know why, because if this thing is not just a fad or some kind of little thing that's going to go away, or, if this is not a trend or anything, if this is something that is on the upswing, and you know how Americans are, if there's a chance to make a buck, I mean, look at the virus here. People are making masks and little things for inside masks, and, every little, you get a Pine Sol commercial and it says, kills COVID, real bit, proven to kill COVID, bleach, kills COVID. Everything has to have a little label. So everybody's capitalizing on everything. So why isn't someone going, hey, there's all these people out here, all these folks out here with these RVs looking for places to stay. The places that are out here are all booked up, and no one's building new places. They're not even really expanding the old places. Maybe one or two here or there. And the ones that are there, very few of them are even just upgrading and, taking care of the ones that are there. So to me, it's surprising that with these numbers and these growing numbers, and this is like the third year in a row that everyone's touting the biggest amount of RV sales since the year prior and all this other shit. And even 2020 was the third highest in RV sales, and even during the pandemic. So, people didn't even know if they were going to work the next day. Didn't know where they were getting money from. They were hoping for a stimulus check, but they were still going out and spending 80 grand or 120 grand or 200 grand on a damn RV. And yeah, sure, some of those sales were probably used RVs, but, anyway, I just found it interesting that no one's really saying, hey, if all these places are booked up months or even to a year in advance, why aren't we finding some land and building some of these damn things? I don't know. Speaking of used RVs, we have the RV Show USA. Now he's telling us about these people that are grabbing these travel trailers, the bumper poles from the 60s and the 70s or whatever, and they're restoring them and selling them. Well, he's saying you should kind of watch out for some of these things because there's some little hidden treasures in there that you might not want to be dealing with, and to beware. So I'll just go ahead and let him tell you all about it.
Most of those little trailers are not very safe. Many of them are downright dangerous. Even many of the ones that look great with cute paint jobs and nice interior decor, they're hiding something that a would-be buyer needs to know about. Unless the trailer has been completely restored, and I mean all the way down to the frame and flooring, there's most likely some rot, maybe more than some. There may be decades of rot hiding underneath that pretty paint job and cute interior. Anywhere along where the edge of the roof meets the edge of a side panel, and especially around the corners, are the most likely places where water has been able to access inside. Keep in mind that those decades-old travel trailers were built with wood framing, and many of those were built using regular grade plywood flooring and not marine grade plywood flooring. A little aside.
So yeah, he goes on and talks all about all that kind of stuff. So pretty interesting, I thought. And there's some more in the show later about some different things. But yeah, I found it kind of interesting, and it's true. Unless these folks are, really going ahead and tearing these things down, like he said, from frame up restoration. Yeah, sure, these little things, they might be pretty cool looking and they're awesome and all that fun stuff. The old retro, and they slap a nice paint job on them and maybe put some new siding because it's all aluminum on the old ones outside and all that good stuff. But did they rip it down and get everything that was disgusting and rotten and molded and everything out of there? Or did they just slap a coat of paint on? Now, I'm not saying that everybody that restores these things don't do that. Yeah, you can get those frame up restores. But not everybody's doing that. So it is something to watch out for. All right, Badge says, I don't think sales reflect how many are doing the lifestyle. As you see, there is more storage lots. A lot of repo RVs and lots and at bank parking lots. Yeah, I'm sure, like Badge said, I'm sure that the sales don't reflect full-timers, and it doesn't. Again, if you go watch that RV Miles video, according to this RV Nation or whatever the hell it is, their poll, they do break it down. Again, how many people are, weekend warriors, how many people, only 2 weeks out of the year, and then some that are, what percentage are, just season, like, in the summertime, they're gone in their RV, and as opposed to how many do it more, or 11 months, or is it 10 months or more, or 11 months? I forget what it is, but yeah, they break it all down. It's pretty interesting. But yes, you're correct about Badge. Yeah, the sales do not reflect the lifestyle, the full-timers. That is correct. How rude of me to start a live stream and then your package arrives. People buy RVs and they only use them 2 weeks a year up here. Everyone busy paying off their $2 million mortgage. Yeah, for their little shoe boxes. Their $2 million mortgage for their shoe box. But yeah, and just think of that, even with all the full-timers and then with the weekend warriors, like Live Screw says, 2 weeks a year, still there's a lot of people. I watch them on here and they say it, they're like, hey, we wanted to go here. We had to book this, 9 months ago, and we wanted to go from here to there, and that place is booked up a year out. So we can't get in there for another year. So that's a lot of places that are just full. And I'm sure the places that are full are loving it. And you have to think, at least in my mind, I think that, if I had an RV, I would be thinking, look, these people know if they're booked up for a year from out, that it doesn't matter what they do. People are booking their shit. So if they slack on cleaning the bathrooms, or if they have, the laundry room with, 5 washers and 5 dryers and only 3 of them work, we'll get to it. What the fuck do we care? We got money coming in, all these people, and they're still buying RVs and they're still trying to book places in here. We don't have to keep this place up pristine, do we? They're still going to give us money. That may not be the case. I'm not out there looking at, but that's, in my mind, that's what some of these places are probably doing and thinking, and I can guarantee it. And some of them are probably saying, hey, we used to only charge $40 a night. Let's jack that shit up to 75. These morons will still pay it. And slack on the upkeep, and Americans, that's how we do it. That's how it's being done, at least in my head. has a school bus. 3,300. 3,300, best camper I ever owned. Cool. I just got home. Yeah. I just got home from camping for 2 days. Was the only person there. Oh, really? I traded up to a short schoolie. I'd trade up to a short schoolie if I had the money. Oh, you unbox it live? Cool. I'll have to go over and check it out. I'm taking that you're not screaming and yelling, so I'm taking it got there in one piece, doesn't have a hole in it, or it's all crushed up. But like Last Crew 1 says, it's true. It's crazy. They buy $300,000 RV, sits in a storage lot for 50 weeks a year. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of people around here. I mean, you can just drive around, over in the in some of the places, not in the city here, but you go on the outskirts and you drive by and you'll see a nice size house with sitting on maybe 3, 4, 5 acres. And there in the driveway is a big Class A, or there's a fifth wheel parked in the yard or something like that. And you can drive by it most of the year and it's there. It's just sitting there. It's not doing anything. And then you might see it going for, like you guys say, maybe a month, 2, 3 weeks, a month. But yeah, for 90% of the year, there it sits in the driveway. So yeah, it does amaze me how folks do got that kind of money to throw away. Not throw away, but to have something like that as yard art. No matter where we are, aren't we all just camping? I guess in different tents, I guess. Some have harder sides than the others, but yeah, I guess so. They tried. They only damaged my address. Oh, they tried to bust it up, huh? I'm almost finished with my camper van build. The state's opening up is just in time. Oh, cool. Hey, Butterbean. Kathleen, good point. Look at how many people put pools in their yards and rarely use them. That is true. That is true, too. The state of Florida has surprise inspections on RV parks here, and things better be up to code or heavy fines. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I really am. I know if I ever get an RV, it'll be after a complete investigation of whatever one I decide on, based on the condition of the trailer. I've even considered one of those we-roll ones. Yeah, there's so many out there. Oh, by the by, your painting that you sent to Never Again was beautiful. Looked like a photo from this side of the screen. Oh, well, thank you. If I can ever afford to get one, I'll probably just camp in the Explorer and have an SUV tent. There you go. Last Crew says, I asked a guy from Kenya why he didn't camp. He says all they did back home was camp while homeless. Yeah, right. But I hope you guys were as happy as I was to see that I figured it out. I got it working. So now I can play clips and we can talk about things. And yeah, I think it's fun for the reason of that, if I do a video and edit a video and throw the clips in, that's fun. It's good. It's all cool. You guys can watch it and everything. But now we can talk about it right away. And not just in the comment section. We can say, hey, this is what I think. And we can go ahead and start a conversation just like we did. I mean, Badge and Line Screw chimed in pretty quick. And we started up a conversation about the topic at hand. So, yeah, I think it's kind of fun. And and I hope it works out and continues to work out. Let's see. Remo was made in Florida. Same to do all a very good job. Trailer. Yep. So what was the audio problem? It was, believe it or not, just a simple little checkbox hidden way, way down in the properties of the multicam, I guess is what I named it, as the audio device. I mean, the video capture device. I went through and checked everything. Like I said, it was working fine. But as soon as I would go live, for some reason, everything would go to crap. But I got in, I started digging deep. I couldn't find anything. And then I went a little bit deeper into the properties, and I scrolled down, and I found this little thing, and I started fooling around, and I was like, that's not checked. Let me try that. So I clicked it, and boom, audio. It is a little bit behind, like a second or two. There is or maybe even a half a second, but it doesn't bother me that much. All the trouble I had, I got it working, so we're going to roll with it. But yeah, it's fun. And I think it's, again, like I said, we can do it, and right away, people can chime in, and we can start a conversation right away about how we feel about these things. All I know is that I want to meet a few YouTube folks I've been watching and attend a meetup someday. Yeah, I had some meetups, and I'll tell you, it is fun to meet some of these folks that you watch and you see and you converse with in chats or in comments. It is pretty cool to hang with some of these folks, for sure. Okay, break over for me, beautiful people, so back to work. Okay, Dorothea, have a good day. All right, so there we go. It was a nice little live. I think it went over well. Got everything, the kinks worked out, and so we'll see how it goes from here on out. It's hard for me to make friends with people, so it kind of makes me push out of the box I keep myself in. Yep, that's right. Yeah, meetups are fun. There's some folks that I would really like to meet up with and hang out with. Some of them I probably won't get a chance to. But, even doing some of the interviews I've done, I got to not hang out with in person, but I hung out with Line Screw, which was a blast. Talking about a fun dude to talk to. Funny shit, man. So I got to hang out with him, per se. We talked about all kinds of stuff, not just what was on the air. We talked about stuff, but yeah. If you want to spend 2 weeks in an expensive quarantine hotel, you all are welcome to visit me here in Canada. Yeah, right. And I got to hang out in an interview with Sightseeing Sally, but then she showed up here, so I got to spend a day with her, so it was double the fun. SKG, I got to interview her. She was a blast to hang out with on, virtually. And there were some other folks, Bama Mike and so on. But yeah, I did a few of those, and it was really fun to hang out with those folks. So yeah, it was fun. I even got to hang out with Yo-Yo Max virtually. But yeah, there are some Canadians that I would like to hang out with, but I don't know if I'll ever get a chance. Fortunately, I did get a chance to hang out with Badge and spend some time with him. So that was fun. But yeah, those little meetups are pretty cool. All right, gang, I am not going to drag this one out today. I just wanted to get on here and show you guys that everything is working. And we're going to be doing some videos, and we're going to play some clips, talk about videos and what people are just telling us, and we can critique them right here live with one another and spark up some convo immediately, without having to deal with comments later. But if you come up with anything else you want to, leave, please do leave a comment. I do appreciate the comments. It helps the algorithm say, hey, people are engaging with the video. And plus, if we get some good ones, that gives me a video to do, and we'll call it Comments. And I will read and answer your comments live here on the show. Don't make us go back to Camo Dave's place. Stephi Lee said, I can't afford YouTube anymore. What? All right, gang. I hope you enjoyed this video. We learned all kinds of stuff. We talked about this, that, and the other. I will gather some more stuff up for us to talk about on the next one. But until then, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me and taking a little bit of your precious time during today to hang out with me and listen to me babble about all kinds of dumb shit. All right. And remember, these are just my views and opinions. You don't have to agree with me. That is not the point. The point is, this is Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go